seriously, okay, I'm 5'4", and I weigh about 110 pounds, and I was wearing, like, large and extra large men's hoodies. So you can imagine how huge they were on me. Um, I really don't know why I did that now. But anyways, I guess to hide my developing body or whatever. Um, yeah. Anyways, I remember in high school, um, I guess I'll transition on to that part of my life now because I'm in grade 9. In high school, I was a youth group leader. Uh, I really loved youth group. It was a lot of fun. There was the kids there were great, and I loved hanging out with the kind of reject kids, the ones that weren't really the norm for the church I was going to, like the ones who might be seen as the ones who might take drugs, or the ones who might be into smoking, or the ones who weren't necessarily gender straight on that, like the ones who weren't necessarily straight, the people who were dating and kissing, might be having sex, just the reject kids, the kids that were not the perfect Christian kids, were the ones that I hung out with, because I felt comfortable. I feel comfortable around the people who don't fit in. Anyway, so I was a youth group leader. That was a lot of fun. I connected with a couple people there, a few people, quite a few people. My best friend was a youth group leader with me. Eventually, she had to leave though, and then I became my other friend, good friend, also became a youth group leader, and she became a really great friend of mine. Actually, a roommate of mine later on. Anyways, so I really liked that part. I had a lot of friends in high school, so I had youth group friends, church friends, youth group friends, about the same. I had my school friends, which started out as a small group of about maybe 6, 8 people, all from junior high, and expanded. Like there's maybe about 20 people in the group after when I left. It was great. There was a lot of diversity. There was guys, girls. There was a gay guy in our group, and I was really like, ugh. I was very homophobic when I was in high school. I remember one time, I was walking from the bus in front of the school into the school, and the QSA, Queer Straight Alliance, was handing out cookies. Free cookies, just take a cookie, why not? I was like, no, I can't have your gay cookies. Gays are bad, gays are evil. I can't believe they're getting married. I was very, I don't know, I look at myself then, and I look at myself now, and I see how far I've come. Really hope people go from here to here, because it's just not accepting. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I was afraid. Not homophobic in the I'm gonna kill all the gays out there, but literally and truly afraid. I just didn't want it near me, and I didn't know really what it was. I'd heard things through my church, and I'd heard things, not mainly through my church, and those people were bad. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, I remember that in high school. I also remember, this is not hard to forget, I was really depressed in high school from about halfway through grade 10 all the way to the end of grade 12, and even beyond a bit. I was really depressed. I was a cutter. I used to cut myself. I would do it just about every day. And I didn't really know why. To this day, I don't really know why I was so depressed. What triggered it, I think, was watching this video and seeing a man who was completely naked being beaten with batons by 2 cops, and thinking that this world is so unjust. And I can't make it better. And I think that's what really triggered it. Um, yeah. Anyways, so, of course, I lived through high school. I did well in school. I was always a really good student. Being depressed kind of has its advantages in that you don't really want to hang out with people, so you focus on other things. I was really good at writing. Um, I would, I liked to write. I was pretty good at writing poetry and stories, stuff like that. But yeah, it kind of, I guess, yeah, it wasn't. Other than that, there was nothing good about it. Um, Anyways, after grade 11, in grade 12, I transferred high schools. I went from one to another, and I thought I had more friends at this other school I was going to, because they were all my church friends. Um, yeah, I learned very quickly that I didn't really like hanging out with my church friends, and I didn't really have any other friends to turn to. There was one guy in the school, though. He was really nice. He kind of took me in, introduced me to his friends, and then he had to work in the cafeteria over lunch, so I kind of hung out with his friends for a bit, and I sort of knew one of them, like I had briefly been introduced to her via another friend, and yeah, eventually I learned that she had a crush on me. And I was like, what? No, this can't happen. Like, why? You know, it just doesn't seem right. Like, I don't know. You know, it was kind of like, I can see it because we're friends and you're nice. But, I don't know, I just felt really iffy about it. Like, I didn't feel like I was gay. Didn't feel like I was gay at all. But, I felt like I had to give it a chance. Like, I had to try it out. And so I did. One day, I kissed her. I guess it was that night. Actually, I came over after work and we were hanging out, and I kissed her. And that is what started me being gay. Um, 1 minute, my phone is ringing.